Hello, my name is Fairusia Mumtaz. My number is 13. I'm from 12 IPA 1. Good afternoon. Come back with us in the last news. We will report on the impact of the Israel and Hamas war in the world economy. So, the impact of the Israel genocide in the world economy could be serious if oil price rise. Republica.co.id, the World Bank warns that the genocide in Gaza by Israel could trigger an economic shock. This includes a spike in oil price of up to $150 per barrel and millions of people around the world going hungry because food prices are higher. In a report launched on October 30, the World Bank explained that just as the world economy was emerging from the disruption of the pandemic and the wave of war in Ukraine, economists and risk analysts were also realizing how Israel atrocity could lead to a wider regional war. A new war could involve Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, and even spill over into Iran. So, this development is expected to have an impact on global economy recovery and commodity price for several rich and poor countries. In its latest commodity markets outlook, the World Bank emphasized that although the global economy is in a much better position than in the 1970 to overcome large oil price shock. They state that the escalation of this latest shock could cause global commodity market to unprecedented conditions happened before. In 170 members of the Organization of Arab Petroleum Exporting Countries, led by King Faisal of Saudi Arabia, announced an oil embargo against countries that support Israel during the Yom Kippur War. At the time, the embargo weighed heavily on the United States U.S. economy, which had become increasingly dependent on foreign oil under the Nixon administration. Neither side stated that the situation was currently fluid and mentioned that the impact of an Israel and Hamas war would depend on the length and depth of the conflict and whether spilled over into winter hours. Neither side explained it attracted other parties, resulting in international consequences that in turn had an impact on the global supply chain. In his presentation entitled "The Middle East in a Fragmented and Multipolar World" at the 90 Korean Middle East Comparison Forum in Doha on 7 November this year. Saidi explained that global growth momentum had slowed significantly in 2023, so he continues. It was mentioned that the war had the potential to further slow down growth rates while increasing public debt level, which had already reached high and plunged into crisis. Based on the World Bank report, the effect of the genocide by Israel, which the Western world calls the Israel and Hamas conflict, on commodity markets is still limited so far. Overall, oil prices have risen about 6% since the conflict began. Then the price of agricultural commodities most metal and other commodities barely changed. Robert Mogelnik mentioned that the global economic impact of war between Israel and Hamas is relatively mute. He added that unless the conflict falls, further instability in the region, a major shock to global market in unlikely Masnier research at the Arab Gulf Status Institute in Winston. He added that this war has indeed reset the geopolitical stake in the region. Is just that in many cases the impact of geopolitical development on markets tends to be limited and short in time. However, some analysts have a different view. They warn that the ongoing Israel genocide could threaten the world already fragile economic purpose. The Ministry of Health in Gaza, which is controlled by Hamas, reported that the war in Gaza, Palestine, is now entering its sixth week. This condition has resulted in around 1 million Palestinians being displaced, 21 hospitals not function, and dozens of others seriously damaged, and more than 100,000 people died, and tens of thousands were injured. That's all for me, and see you in the next news.